But oh, we
Hello.
can't. Yeah, okay. Are we okay? We're live. Jesus. Okay. I was like, we used to be able to like stream directly to Twitter, and then it was just like, oh, guess what? You have to pay to do that now. So you know what, Elon. That's all I have to say. But that aside, welcome to another edition of the coloring stream. We're hoping to do more of these.
Yes.
Because we just genuinely enjoy the coloring stream because it's like a chill, fun time where we get to sit here and talk about stuff we're already obsessed with.
Yeah.
So you can download that's a free coloring page. I made it. You can download it. Now you'll notice there's a slight difference between Lucy and my coloring page. Since they are made by me, issues will abound, and I had popped in a little background here and then erased it over what I drew. Didn't do a very good job at erasing it, so if you printed it before like 2 hours ago, sorry about that, but it's been uploaded with the new version. Don't worry about it.
To be fair, it's also different because my printer gave out and I had to like
hand draw in. I saw mine like kind of cuts them off too, but like listen, it's a printer, and if it's a printer, it's gonna be shitty. But if this is your first time at at one of our coloring streams, here's basically what we do. We have watched a show, usually a BL show. 100% of the time, it's a BL show. Maybe one day one won't be, but like we know ourselves. And then I make a coloring page for the show, which are freely downloadable on our Patreon for free. You don't have to be a patron. It's just where we have things. And then we just talk about the drama and color for like an hour, and then we all just say goodnight and have a wonderful time. And
yes,
we just finished watching on YouTube. You can watch it for free. Wandee Goodday. Lots of free stuff happening today.
Yes,
with this. So Wandee Goodday, it's a GMMTV show, which means it's Thai, and it stars their first time together, a new fresh new pair on GMMTV.
But what a great choice that was.
My goodness. Great and In. So Great you may have seen before because he played the hot cop on Manor of Death.
Yeah.
And then also In was in Miracle of the Teddy Bear, which I haven't yet seen, but I know people are really passionate about. And this show was fantastic. It also had my boy Pod in it, playing the villain. And I'll get into that later because I just have one big gripe with this show, and it concerns our old friend Tear, evil doctor. Good friend. Listen, Pod is a good friend. Tear less so. I just gotta say about Pod. We can start coloring anytime. And if you can download it and color with us, or download and color later, whatever. The thing I gotta say is that I do love Pod because he just like, listen, he has no media presence whatsoever except to show off his fishing. And my theory is that he just shows up because he needs more fishing money. Because he shows up to just play like assholes in dramas recently, and then he like disappears again. He shows up.
Tuxedo mask me.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. And I'm just like, hey, oh look who it is. Let me guess, you're gonna play an asshole. Oh, you did. Congratulations. We love to see it. But no, this show was really great. It literally just stopped airing yesterday, was the last episode. And I thought, personally, that this show was like really, really fun in terms of like representation.
Oh, God, yeah.
Of a lot of stuff.
We were feasting.
We were
on
listen. We were
representation.
eating good with the representation. I do love the old like gay and bisexual pairing. That's always
Yes.
fun. Which
But we
the
got, like,
doctor,
a
if you haven't
bonus.
seen it, the doctor was gay. He was the boxer was bisexual. If anyone was just hanging out and haven't seen it yet, but we got extra. We got more. We got an asexual best friend.
Who
Hell
spiritually, I am Cal. Spiritually, during this whole
played
series.
by my boy with the great eyebrows, Drake. Love him. Frankie! Hello, Frankie. Welcome to the coloring stream. You should color with us. We're having a good time tonight. But basically, for anyone who's just like hanging out and was never going to watch the show anyway, here's like the basic plot of the show. We have this lovely gay doctor, okay? This fella here, played by In, who is in love with his co-worker, Terror.
Like,
and then he's like
full simping for him.
Yeah, full simp for this dude. Like he is like he loves this guy. And so he's finally musters up the courage to like tell him that and gets shot down nasty style. Okay? Just mean shoot down. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
just ugh,
it
buddy.
Was vicious.
It was not right. No one liked that.
He got his revenge.
Yeah, so he was like, well, you know what? Fuck this guy then. I'm gonna go out and like party hardy at the gay club and get myself a fella, okay? Partying at the gay club, he does party hardy at the gay club, but a bit too party hardy and gets hella drunk. Where he then gets freaky style at the 7-Eleven. This is not even me exaggerating. This is the actual plot where he encounters a patient of his from earlier, a boxer, who has a shoulder injury because he's like an orthopedic surgeon. Who he then just like takes home and they do be fucking. But this guy, he's like, I've never been with a man before, but he's like real open to the idea because his brother is gay. His brother's played by Thor. Love that guy. Matched with Fluke. What?
Yeah.
What a pair.
That was a power couple right there.
Beautiful. And then they just start fucking. But then listen, Wandee then pulls out perfect ace card where he's like, we can do all the nasty shit you want, but I've got one boundary, friend. We ain't kissing on the mouth. I've never kissed anyone on the mouth before. We're just
saving it for
it for my first love.
Doctor.
Which, like, listen, you know that's gonna turn into like just absolute good times later on. Of course it did. Meanwhile, you then go back to the hospital where he then finds out that him and the doctor who like turned him down nasty style are now in like sort of a competition to get some sort of like scholarship. Like, listen, I didn't really care about what the actual scholarship was because like, who cares? Sorry, I keep hitting my friggin' camera. I'm sorry about that. And the doctor has the nerve to be like, hey, could you like not go for this scholarship so I can get it instead?
He's
like,
I know how much you care about me.
Yeah, because like I know that you love me, so you can do this for me, right? And he's like, you know what?
Absolute trash.
Fuck off. I hate you now. And he's like, oh, and I have a new boyfriend now. I don't even like you that much. He, of course, does not have a new boyfriend. But, like, what else are you going to do in the circumstance? You know, you gotta, come up with something. So then he's like, hey, bisexual boxer who's fucking me, I'm gonna need to strike a deal with you. Can you be my fake boyfriend so that I don't get made fun of by the mean nurses who are now gossiping about me? And at first he's like, man, I'm about to become a world champion boxer. I don't know if I can be openly gay. And then he's like, wait, my brother, the guy who owns this gym, is very openly gay. I think this is fine. So then they start a fake relationship. Say less.
We're all about the fake relationship.
Love a good contract relationship. Like, big fan of the genre, you know? So yeah, Lucy, what did you think of this drama?
I thought it was great. I hated who I'm gonna refer to as Peter.
Yeah.
For the rest.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Thai dramas or just the Thai language in general, basically P is like the bit that like the
what you call someone
respect.
Older than you, yeah.
Yeah. But with his name, it just sounds incredibly like Peter. And it just really, really tickled me. But also because he's the bad guy, it's fine.
He's all, but here, okay, this is my one criticism, and I'm sorry, the minor spoiler, feel free to mute me. I'll do this when I'm done with the spoiler. So basically, they do a thing that I find lots of dramas are victims of, okay? Where they think that everyone deserves a happy ending. Even people who have done absolutely...
Spoiler alert, they do not.
Fuck all deserve one, okay? And so, like, they give the doctor, like, the evil, mean doctor, like, a happy ending for no reason. And you're just like, this guy was just a piece of shit the entire drama. Like, not only did he, like, try to ruin their relationship, he also, like, fucking just jilted the one person who was nice to him the whole time. Okay? Like, there's, like, a lady doctor who was, like, really trying to be understanding of this guy the whole time. And, like, help him out and stuff. He just absolutely, like, screwed her over. Like, and then, like, just at the end, they're like, maybe he also gets a little girlfriend. And you're
which doubly pissed me off.
You know
right?
what?
Because Tate was cool AF.
He was cool, okay?
And I was like...
And he was so not cool.
I was like, I get it. I get why he's, like, obsessed with her, but also I was so mad when...
Like, it was maddening.
Yeah.
You know, I would say this too, Christy, but they all the dramas be doing this shit. Okay? Like, everyone's just like, oh, everyone needs to have a happy end. No, they don't.
No country is safe.
Yeah, no country is safe from this nonsense. Okay, by the way, I'm done with the spoiler content for anyone who didn't want to hear any. But listen, I think that it's fine for, like, bad people to get I know that it's not, like, realistic, okay? I, like, get that him getting a girlfriend is actually, like, him getting a happy ending is actually more realistic. But we ain't watching this BL for its realism. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, but besides that, it was, that was my only, like, problem with the entire drama. Otherwise, I was just like, hell yeah, I'm like ride or die with this drama. Like, it's so fun. It's got it all. We get an asexual character. We get some, like, healthy, like, sexual, like, like, dynamics.
And boundaries.
Yeah, we get boundaries, like, respecting boundaries without even questioning it. Like, at the beginning, where he's like, hey, I know this is weird, but, like, I don't want you to, like, kiss me on the mouth, because he doesn't, like, go like, yeah, that is weird. He immediately just goes, hell yeah, that's fine. I'll be kissing you other places. Don't you worry. And you're just like, perfect.
And the workaround that he did for it, can I just say, even better.
This is where now this is the perfect time to talk about this, because I was mentioning this to Lucy that I wanted to talk about this. So currently there's like a trend in Thai BLs, which I'm perfectly fine with because I have an iQIYI account. Also, I am not sponsored by iQIYI, even on like my podcast or anything. I just really like iQIYI, the streaming service. Their download system is so generous, and I've had stuff downloaded on iQIYI for literal months and it never expires. Like it's incredible. It's really good. But there's like this trend where on YouTube they'll have like a non-sexy edit of a show. And then it'll be like, watch the full uncut version on iQIYI. And you're like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, sure. Like, it's fine. This show didn't have that. It was just all on YouTube. But at the same time that this was airing, exclusively on iQIYI in North America, was another GMMTV show, We Are, which was fine. But it was like real, like PG-13 at the most. Okay? Like it was not particularly saucy. Like it had like, oh, they'll like kiss shirtless and then fade to black. You know what I mean? Like, and like the camera cuts to like another scene sort of situation, yes. which is fine. That's like I have no problems with that. Like it was like a show about college students, perfectly acceptable. My thing is, I don't understand why this wasn't the show on iQIYI. Like, it doesn't make sense that this show was the one that was just like, yeah, we're just gonna put like just raunchy, like role-playing sex scenes on YouTube. And I'm like, how are we getting away with this? I don't understand. But it's fine, because you know what? On the other hand, I'm actually also fine with it because like more people can watch it if it's available on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine. But I was just a little confused by, you know.
Seems a bizarre.
Yeah, it seemed like a bizarre choice that would be the case. Sorry, I have about 5 million pencil crayons. I'm trying to find like, okay, this is one thing for hair. Okay. As you can see, we are very professional with our art streams. Oh my God. No, like I'm not kidding about how many pencil crayons I have. This is a 17 light stick box that I use for my pencil crayons. And there's just about 1 billion. Are you what I'm looking for? It's the color beaver. Yeah, that looks right. Interesting color. Dark brown. Hello. Yes, that's the one. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Anyway, back to nonsense.
Yes.
I think that if this is like the trend that GMMTV is gonna like take with this pairing, I'm very much down for it.
Yes. They have such great chemistry.
Oh my God. Just
friends from a long time, I believe.
Yeah. And like just, you know, very good at boy kissing.
Yeah.
You know, and what's not to like, you know?
And it wasn't awkward, like
no, it was really natural. Great. But I also really want to see more with like the Thor Fluke pairing from like the couple that played the brother. We're talking about Wandee Goodday, Katie. We're talking about Thor and Fluke, who were the actors who played the boxer's brother and his boyfriend.
Like a side couple.
Yeah, the side couple who were just chef's kiss. Like, I do like a nice pair of like really tiny little feisty one, and then like a jock, you know? Like there's a nice pair there. There's Yeah, well, like in homosexual terms. Listen, straight couples, whatever, it's fine. You know, as I always say, it's like even dumb plots, they just like they hit different when it's like a BL or a GL. I'm gonna be real, like they're just kind of better, you know. They slap, and this show slapped so hard. You know what? Little mini spoiler that really doesn't spoil anything. They even gave the asexual a nice, lovely asexual boyfriend to hang out with.
I was so happy.
I was like, oh my god. And what I loved is that it finally gave the actor title something to do, because he like always shows up as like in the last 2 episodes as like the guy who hits on a dude who's already taken. So I'm just like, oh, finally, he can have a lovely companionship relationship of love and mutual respect with Drake. Good times. Drake, the asexual sex psychologist.
He was, oh god.
What a vibe. Yes, that's the other part about the asexual character, is that his job was like a psychologist who dealt with like sexual dysfunction and relationship problems, which like, why not, man? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like they explained, asexuals don't necessarily not have.
Like, they don't have sex aversion. It's just they themselves, you know, don't want to have sex. And he's like, listen, I just like, what I sort of loved about his character was that he was like, I don't want to have sex, but I want to make sure my best friend is having the best sex of his life while also helping my research that I'm working on. Here's some bondage gear. Here's some role play. Here's some, you know, animal dress up. Like, let's have some fun. Let's get crazy. Let's have a good time. And I'm just like, yeah, man. Yeah.
I do love how the rabbit was
yeah.
was him though, because it was so cute.
And they even managed to like get Luke in there, the actor Luke, just for fun. They were like, hey man, you want to practice your Japanese a bit? Come on in. Come on in, my partially Japanese friend. Let's just come in randomly and just be a nice dude.
I loved his character so
much.
So
I just like when Luke shows up. I think my favorite
cinnamon roll.
my favorite instance of Luke is when for some reason they tried to like make us believe that him and Gun and Tay were somehow brothers. And I'm like, excuse me. They do not look like they are related at all. That was in the Three Gentle Bros, which is it's a show. Listen. It's a show that exists that you can watch. It's not as good as Wandee Goodday. I'm gonna be real. But it is a show that exists that if you wish to watch it, you can. And it is perfectly fine. That's all I have to say about it. It is.
It could be for you. That's what.
It could be for you. It could be for you. I keep absolutely hitting. I have like my camera on like a pole, like a tripod pole that comes over my shoulder, so it can be like top down. And I just keep absolutely smacking it with my headphones. So I apologize for that. But yeah, I feel like GMMTV is really taking some like risks with some of their shows. Sort of like it's harkening back to more of like the like 3 will be free vibe. And I'm a fan of that. I like it. I like that energy to give us more like adult stuff. Like, you know, like There Was Not Me.
Yeah.
Obviously, like this 3 will be free and Not Me are all 3 wildly different genres. Because this is 100% a standard rom-com. But it was like, it's not engineering students. Okay?
Although what?
Okay, technically, Lucy, you are correct. Technically, it is still there. Okay. Yoryak, the boxer, may be studying engineering during this entire thing, but he was a professional boxer. So they couldn't quite divorce the rom-com from the engineering department quite yet, but it was a step in the right direction. Whereas, Three Will Be Free was like a crime thriller, and a bisexual throuple crime thriller. For anyone who's never seen Three Will Be Free, you should go watch Three Will Be Free. It's Tay at his absolute just cuntiest is all I have to say. Absolutely incredible. And then, Not Me was a political crime scrappy little, what's the genre of Not Me?
It was like mystery, I don't know.
It's like a little bit of a mystery, and it's definitely like crime. But there's a lot going on in Not Me. But I think it's primarily, they're both primarily crime thriller type situations. Whereas this is just a straight up
oh yeah,
giggles abound. Romance and comedy.
Goofy as hell.
But not it's okay.
On purpose.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. Is a lot of BLs, they're almost too goofy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're watching it and you're like, come on, man.
This wasn't My Secret Present.
Yeah, this wasn't over the top. It wasn't slapsticky over the top. Of course, in the opening bit where he's, going wild style in the 7-Eleven, it features
in the aisles.
It features a scene of him taking a sign off of the a food machine that's tasty and delicious, and putting it on himself while the boxer looks at him what the fuck are you doing? But that's the type of humor is situational stuff more so than pratfalls and toilet humor, which some shows are a little guilty of, shall we say. But no, I really think this show is just absolutely excellent. Big fan. Let's warm up this guy's skin, shall we? I love delicious warm skin.
Yes. And he had that. So.
Oh, he does.
They could not have found a better actor to play this character.
The casting on this was so good.
It was spectacular.
I like a nice warm skin tone. I'm using the Crayola Harvest Gold for this skin toning for anyone curious. For anyone who wants to really copy this expertive coloring job happening here. Overlaid on medium golden from the Crayola Skin Tones of the World collection. It's the Colors of the World collection for you art heads who are at this coloring stream. You know what? There might be one person in the future who's like, wow, I'm really interested in their incredible coloring technique. I don't actually do traditional art that much. I'm a strictly digital artist. This was all drawn on my iPad for anyone curious about the coloring page, which is available on our Patreon, as we said. I'm sure there's a link in the description if someone wants to quickly download this and come color with us.
You don't have to do it now. You can do it.
Yeah, you can do it later. You can print it out and just have a nice relaxing. There was that time for a while where adult coloring was really in. Remember?
Yeah.
Like all those mandalas and stuff that would show up.
They were good times.
That was like a nice, fun, chill time we were all having, huh? And now everything's just not as fun, you know. But it could be again. We can
we can make it.
We can make it fun again, guys. We can have fun with coloring once more. Believe in your dreams. Come here, you. Here, golden yellow. Okay, here's one thing of this show that I found was really funny because it was just sort of like ridiculous. Is like they're like, yeah, we're just like casually friends with benefits. We're just casually friends with benefits.
And just like
nothing else.
Married.
Yeah, nothing else going on. Why the hell are you giving your friend with benefits a custom necklace of your own initials to wear all the time? You're just like, I'll kiss this instead of your lips until you love me. And you're like, buddy, I sense just like this might just be me. But I have
you might already be there, friend.
I have this like sneaking suspicion that you may be slightly more interested in turning this from friends to lovers than you might be in a bit of what they call denial. Ruby red. Pink. That is pink.
We can't discount that our lovely doctor friend had also been gaslighted the hell out of for
you know what?
God knows how long. And he was like, nobody wants to be with me.
And you're just like, sir, I do. Like, I volunteer as tribute. Mahogany. I like the mahogany. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give them some juicy little lips. Look at this. Just juicy little smackers in there. Okay.
But he does, though, as well.
He does. Listen, they're not like gun levels of like glossy, juicy lippage, but like they're not bad. I'm gonna give them my signature little blushing that I do for all of my drawings.
I will say I was having like flashbacks with the beach scene. Towards the end, I was like, "No, why are we doing this?
Don't do this to us." You know what I love about like a good time VL? There's always a beach scene.
Yeah.
Like even on ones that it's just like there makes no sense that there's a beach scene in this. They're like, you're getting a beach scene, all right? Just
everyone will just randomly go, "Let's all."
Oh, we have to. Sometimes there's like multiple beach scenes.
Yeah.
It's fun. You know, this is the thing. It's like, I feel like people really expect all shows to be all things, but they truly do not have to be. You know what I mean? And this show knew what it was. It was a sexy, cute little, like, rom-com situation that's all it was gonna be, and that's what it was. You know?
Slightly bizarre at times.
Yeah. You know, slightly
costumes.
Strange, like okay, there's like I'm not gonna like spoil too much, but there's like one scene where like because he lives in the same apartment complex as evil doctor for some fucking reason.
Because he suggested it.
Oh, of course. And there's like one scene where like he's about to have like a date with him, and the villain of the piece, good old Pod, my boy. I love Pod. Okay, I'm like, listen, shooter for Pod right here. Okay, so like him and his character completely divorced in my mind because I love Pod. He's like, oh, I need you to come help me with something in my apartment. And he goes over to his apartment wearing his, like, sex getup. And I'm like, you're not even going to throw on a hoodie? you gotta run over in your sex costume? That
Also,
you don't
just
think that's
walking
gonna
along
cause
the
a
halls of
misunderstanding?
this, like, walking on the halls of this condominium.
Of this condominium with families with children.
It's the guy that just walks past. Like,
It's the dude who's just shirtless all the time.
See that?
But it's like, my guy, like, put a hoodie on. Like, listen, I'm not I'm not gonna shame, I'm not a kink shamer or anything, but like, maybe don't go to your like current enemy's house in your sex getup while your boyfriend's about to show up. Your boyfriend who knows that you had a thing for this other dude. It's gonna lead to what they call misunderstandings. Oh, and does it, you ask? Oh. You bet it does. But like, that's, you know what, I can't be too harsh on it, because like that's the genre that we're watching, right? Like, that's what we're here to do, is to, just watch some fun, goofy rom-comation. But yeah, don't wear your sex get up to your enemy's house. Like, that's just crass. Throw on a hoodie. Throw on, throw on something.
Also, like, I took issue with the fact that they were referring to it as a tiger costume the whole time, and it was like clearly a cheetah.
Okay. Oh, all right, Lucy. Getting real specific.
It had spots.
You're like, listen, I was down with the show, but my one main criticism is that was clearly a cheetah costume. How dare this sex rom-com have trouble identifying animals?
Speaking of, can I say that I wish to own a pair of those pants? Those
elephant pants?
The boxing elephant pants.
I used to have a pair because I did live in Thailand and they're very easy to get there. But also I had like ones that didn't have elephants on them, but were the same style. But yeah, I need some. They are the comfiest pants on the planet. Okay, there's a reason why it's like you see them worn around everywhere, like in perfect, just casual vibes. It's because they're the comfiest pants on the planet. But yes, yeah. Lucy, we will find you a pair. We will get you a pair of those pants, Lucy.
He was very attached to those pants.
Well, he looked nice in the pants.
He did.
Also, people in the chat, feel free to chime in. Like, you don't have to just silently watch us color. You can chime in with your thoughts on all things BL and Wandee Goodday, should you desire to.
Yes.
We love chatting. Please talk to us. We're lonely, sad people who spend all our time at home because we have no immune systems. We thrive on chatting with you.
And yeah, over the internet.
Over the internet. Which is what we do all day with each other. So, like, we're, just, to be honest, if live streaming wasn't really a thing, we would still be doing this. Is it a good starter BL if I try to make friends watch it this weekend? You know what?
Yeah, I'd say it is.
I think so.
There's no, mouth sounds or necessarily...
Okay. The mouth sound thing, Lucy. I actually have legit discussions about this with my husband because, which I know sounds bizarre. You're like, what? You're talking about your gay shows with your husband? Hell yeah, I talk about my gay shows with my husband. He's my best friend. But the mouth sounds on some of these shows, I get this feeling like some of these directors or something think that's sexy. But I don't need to feel like I'm part of the sex being had. You know what I mean? I don't need to be there.
We don't need to be that invested.
I don't need an ASMR experience. But anyway, back to this actual question, Katie. Is it a good start? I think so.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on, like, your group of friends. Like, it's really just, like, chill, fun vibes. So, like, in that sense, yes. But, like, if you're not really sure, like, how cool they are with gay sex, though, this being Katie, I feel like you would have already weeded out, you know,
the weak
those friends who aren't cool with, you know, yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think it would be a perfectly fine show to be like a starter show.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that Katie has YouTube paid YouTube, so you can even download it if you need to. It's 2 bi girls. Okay, you know what? Yeah, they're gonna be totally fine. This is a great show. This is a great show, okay?
They'll appreciate the female character that's in it as well.
Oh, okay. Here's another thing about the villain of this show. How was he he had bad vibes, right? Mm-hmm. But 2 of the hottest women you've ever seen somehow putting up with his shit.
Listen, they were fooled by the face.
That, you know what, Pod does have a really nice face. So, yeah, okay. You know,
I get it.
It's happened to us all. But no, yes, absolutely. Your 2 bisexual friends will be into this show, Katie. Do not worry. What else? I think this is a fun one. Like, my litmus test for, like, shows is, do I think my mom would like this show? I have, like, this fun thing that I do. For anyone who's unaware, I have a podcast called The Certified Nunas. And, we just, we talk about this sort of stuff. But I have, like, this ongoing bit where, like, I'll show things to my mom. And it's, like, and the things that my mom... You can never really, like... You can never really figure out what Joanne's going to be into. But the fun part about Mama Jo is that she has some real unintentionally good one-liners that come out of me showing her things. Okay? The classic one that made everyone laugh was I showed Mom Kin Porsche and didn't tell her it was gay when we started watching it. Okay? I was just like, oh yeah, it's a Thai, like, crime show. And my mom, we used to live in Thailand, so my mom, like, is, likes watching Thai stuff because it makes her feel like we're back in Thailand, which we loved living in. But also, she likes crime shows. So I was like, yeah, it's a Thai crime show. And nothing gay really happens until, like, episode 3 of Kin Porsche, right? Like, like there's nothing like, it's like, if you already know it's a gay show, then you're already reading the subtext of the show. But if you go in, Mom was the only person on the planet who hit play on Kin Porsche and didn't know those 2 was going to be fucking by the end of it. You know what I mean? Literally the only person on the planet.
God, did they?
Anyway, but at the end of episode 2, this was my mom's one-liner, which, like, we at the Nunas have been laughing about this, and this was, like, the year it came out. So it's been a while, where I was, like, headed to bed, because I was living at my mom's house to, like, help for, like, 6 weeks or something. It was, like, a long time I was there. Anyway, I was headed to bed, and... So the way, like, my bedroom is, like, there's, like, 2 hallways that lead to my bedroom, but one of them's, like, a long, thin bathroom, and one's, like, a hallway, and there's 2 doors at either end. And so, like, I had, like, one bathroom door open, and she was, like, brushing her teeth in the bathroom. And she turns to me, and she goes, honey, I think that show we're watching might be marketed to gay men. And I was like, really, Mom? Like, why do you think the show that we're watching, where nothing gay has, like, really happened yet, why do you think this show might be marketed to gay men. And she goes, well, everyone on the show is just such a good-looking man. Like, they're too good-looking for this to be, like, marketed to regular people. I'm just like, wow. And then, yeah. Oh, that's right. Moms, they know. And my mom, her gaydar is not bad, okay? But then the other thing she had to say, we didn't even get to, we never even got to Jeff yet. So she didn't even see, but she really liked Appo. Let me tell you. She was like, ooh. She's like, he's so handsome and charismatic. She's like, oh, he has like a real Patrick Swayze and in the 80s to him. And I was like, Patrick Swayze in the 80s? What does that mean? She's like, panty dropper. I was like, oh, mother. Oh, mom, you getting nasty. It's almost as good as she had her hip replaced. And I was staying with her for like a couple months afterwards to take care of her because at the time I wasn't working. So I was the only one who could go stay with my mother for 6 weeks. And we were watching the show Jugglers, which is a K-drama. It's not gay, unfortunately. Could have been. There were some good opportunities there, but it's fine. And it has Troy Daniel. And there's this, and mom was high off her gourd on painkillers, right? And so we're watching Jugglers. And there's this one scene, like, later on in the show, which has him, like, Troy Daniel, in a really nice pair of tailored suit pants, okay? And he's leaning over a bed in a romantic way. And for some reason, God bless this, like, cinematographer and lighting director. Because, like, they just lovingly, like, there was real craft put into this shot that really just highlighted how nice of an ass he has. And my completely high mother, who does not, by the way, my mom does not, like, comment on people's bodies. She doesn't, like, talk, like, she doesn't, like, go, like, ooh, what a good looking, like, she doesn't talk about men being sexy or whatever. Like, she goes, oh my goodness. Someone's been doing some squats. I was like, mother. I was, like, dying. But this last time I was home, we watched Cherry Magic, which mom loved.
Who doesn't?
Like, but you know what? That's the thing. The thing that I feel about Cherry Magic, since we're just sort of bouncing all over the place, is it's a sort of like show that I genuinely, there is no hope for you if you watch that show and the movie that follows it, because the movie is incredible. And then if you're still homophobic at the end of Cherry Magic and Cherry Magic the movie, there's no hope for you. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking jump off a cliff, please. Because, like, you just, what's wrong with you? You know? Because, like, especially the movie is just like, hey, you know that oppressing gay people is just an absolutely shitty thing to do. Maybe we should, I don't know, stop doing that. And then the movie's like, yeah, let's stop doing that. Dang, my dryer is really, really going to town out there. I don't know if you can hear that.
No, you can't quite hear it.
You can't quite hear it? Good. Lucy, how's things otherwise? Like, how's your life going, Lucy?
It's good. I'm getting back on watching more dramas again.
Nice.
Which is good.
Anything good you got your eyes on besides Wandee Goodday? Because now that it's over, you have to pick a new drama.
But My Sweet Mobster.
Oh, okay. My Sweet Mobster. I'm...
Run and watch it.
Don't walk. Run to Vicky. Okay, can you, like, focus here, my dude? Boop. Focus. Focus. Beautiful. Run, don't walk to enjoy My Sweet Mobster. Trust me, like, if you like K-dramas and rom-coms and simps and men who look really nice in suits. Oh, yeah. and Jay-chan.
Jay-chan, yeah.
Jay-chan. Specifically because he's in it. You'll like My Sweet Mobster. What I love about My Sweet Mobster has Kwon Yule in it, who I'm a big fan of. But like, he's made a career out of really playing the dude who's never gonna get the girl, huh?
Yeah.
And that's not even a spoiler. Like, you know who. This is the fun part about rom-coms, is that like, you know exactly who's ending up with who in the first episode of a rom-com.
You can feel it.
You know what I mean?
Bones.
Like, there's no like, oh, I wonder who's gonna end up with, like, no. What is going on with? I'm sorry, I have my Spotify playing in the background, and it just started playing S Club 7 for some reason. Like, I don't think I've ever listened to S Club 7 on Spotify because I'm not in middle school anymore. What is going on? Get out of here. Oasis. Champagne Supernova by Oasis. What is going on in the shuffle tonight? What a crazy shuffle we're dealing with.
Yeah, My Sweet Mobster. Oh my god.
Just like My Sweet Mobster is everything I've been looking for in a K-drama, and I didn't know I was looking for in a K-drama. Like, gosh, I'm having a good time with My Sweet Mobster. Like, highly recommend. I've been watching a really weird one. What is it even called? One second. Like, it has like a title that leads to real misunderstandings. It's called My Dear Brothers. Now, okay. Stay with me. Hold on. It's not quite as bad as the title may have you deemed. It's a Chinese one. Okay, here's the rundown. It's an isekai. And for anyone who's not familiar with what an isekai is, basically an isekai is a drama where like someone gets magically transported, someone from like our world gets magically transported to a new world, either by like dying or through like a portal. And it's usually like a fantasy world or like an alternate world, or they can get transported to the past. So technically things like, what was that one? Marry My Husband.
Yeah.
That was an isekai as well. Like, you know, you die and then wake up in the past. These are all versions of the good old isekai. But this one's an isekai where this normal college student in China is like, her brother's been missing for like a while, okay? And she then gets like, she's like been looking for him and like paying like, you know, like people to find him. And she gets a tip off that like someone saw him at this like amusement park. So she goes to and it was the amusement park where like she last saw him. So she's like, oh shit. And she goes to the amusement park and then falls through a puddle to like a fantasy wuxia world. And for anyone who's not familiar, wuxia's like the fantasy martial arts type stuff. Yeah. Oh shit! Ilona Andrews is doing Katie.
This is my wheelhouse.
Made our day. That's actually the most exciting thing I've heard in a while. But anyway, she falls through a puddle into this world where like there's like this, you know, cultivator. If you're familiar with Donmei novels or whatever. Lucy, we're in for a treat. And she meets this guy who's like been meditating for like 200 years and is like in line to be like the next head of the cultivators, but he's constantly being harassed by the Demon King. And then like the Demon King uses like Doctor Who style like guns and stuff. Like, anyway, I was like, whoa, what is happening here? And so she's like, hey, like, you should like help me out and like help me get back to like my world. And then he gets like confused by the concept of what a brother is, and he's like, oh, you can be my little sister. And she's like, yeah, sure. But like since he's unfamiliar with the concept that there's different types of brothers. You know what I mean? There's like biological brothers.
Sadly,
and then there's
some
calling...
other dramas are confused with that.
Yeah. And then there's like calling someone gay, you know, like calling someone oppa for anyone who doesn't watch Chinese stuff. Same sort of concept where it's like, it means brother technically, but like it doesn't mean brother. You know what I mean? So then it like, listen, the show is so wacky. Like, it's such a wacky show. And I'm just like, what am I watching? Like, this show is just crazy. But I've been enjoying it. Let's just say there's several brothers. Maybe one of them is her real brother. But like, since they're, you know, she just be going around calling everyone gay, like they don't know that actually, like, she actually means it for one of them. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's something, okay? And I started this other one today because I watched like 5 million shows at the same time because I'm me. And what was it even called? I don't even remember what it's like. It has like a long animal themed title. It's called Miss Crow with Mr. Lizard.
Ah, one of those animal.
Yeah. Which, like, what I love about some Chinese dramas is that they could have just had a simple premise and would have and it would have worked really fine, okay? But then they got to add some bullshit into it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't enough to just have like a perfectly serviceable office rom-com. You know what I mean? They have to add some sort of sci-fi bullshit to everything. So this is one of those where it's like, it starts out with like this car accident that wasn't so much an accident as like a targeted car situation that killed off the parents of this family. And this like teenager was passing by and like stopped to try to help because there's like a, you know, try to help and got, you know, hit on with this accident as well. And so he then got like stabbed through the heart during this accident. And so he had like a heart transplant, but they're like, wasn't one available. So he gets put, so this is where it goes off the rails. Okay. This is, and there he like helped like the little girl, like the little young teenage, like I'd say probably about 13, like 12, 13-year-old girl at the time, who was in the car that like in the accident. And so he's there. So he gets like a new heart put in, except that like, it's like an advanced like sci-fi mechanical heart. But like, okay, but no wait, there's more. And so if his heart beats too fast, okay, it like puts out like an electrical discharge, which can like screw up like electronic devices and stuff. So he has to like not do anything that'll make his heart beat too fast. And then meanwhile, you have like the lady character, like the girl is now like, you know, in her 20s because like 10 years has passed since this accident. And there's a few things about her that are just like, okay, I see, we're just doing bullshit. Got it. Where she's extremely unlucky, okay? Like bad things just constantly happen to her. Just all the time for no reason. And she also like doesn't really feel pain. So like when she's getting electrocuted by him, she doesn't feel it. I don't know what I'm doing. Like this, like anyway, I'm only like, I thought it was only like 3 episodes. I'm actually 8 episodes in. Anyway, and they're working at the architecture firm together, of course. But also he like sleeps in this big like sci-fi pod. Like,
Okay.
it's... Listen,
I have to
as I
witness
said, they
this
just...
now.
Listen, these C-dramas, they just be doing bullshit. Okay? Wrong side. They just be doing all sorts of bullshit. And you're just like... I suppose we're just supposed to accept this as, like... what's happening, you know? Because it could have just been a nice, like, oh, they find out they were in the accident together. He could, like, actual heart transplants have just as many problems. Like, it didn't need to be a sci-fi heart transplant. It could have just been a regular one.
I really want to have been in the writer's room when they were pitching that one.
And they're like, okay, he sleeps in a big sci-fi pod. Like, literally like a white pod with like a DeLorean door on it. Like, I'm just like, okay, sure, you know what? Why not? Why not, man?
It's like the fly just coming out of his little pod.
But like, this is why we like these shows, right?
Yeah, oh, it's not even remotely the most, like...
No, that's not even...
bullshit with that I've watched.
Oh, I've seen like, listen, this is low on the bullshit meter. I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is stupid. But it's not high on the, like, it's incredibly reasonable on the, you know, C-drama bullshit.
Yeah.
But, oh god, I'm actually, like, enjoying it. Like, it's cute. Like, it's a really cute show. It's cute in the same way that, like, all just, like, it could have just been a regular C-drama office rom-com, and it would have been with, like, a little bit of medical stuff, but they were like, nah. We gotta zazz it up. We gotta put in the bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, okay, I'm also watching some BL. Let's bring us back to BL. Since Wandee Goodday is now over, I'll probably rewatch it at some point. But
Yeah.
I've also been watching 2 currently airing BLs. Okay, they're both on iQIYI because, as previously noted, I'm iQIYI's biggest fan. I am not I'm not sponsored by iQIYI.
No, I agree.
Okay, but iQIYI, I just really like their app. Except for one thing about their app,
Yeah.
and that is when you go in to read the synopsis of a show, it just starts playing the show. I don't want to do that. I want to read if I want to start watching the show. I want the option to play. But anyway, they got 2 Thai shows on there right now. One is Love Sea with Fort Pete from Love in the Air. And while the chemistry is chemistrying, because it is Fort Pete from Love in the Air,
Yeah.
the plot is, well, you know, it's there.
It's just about...
There's some lesbians that are cute. They're really sexy, I guess. Like, they're the 2 fellas. They're
hard carrying the show.
Yeah, they're really doing the most to keep my eyes on this. But like, it's fine. It's whatever. But I'm also watching Sunset X Vibes, which has Mosebank, which, like, also the chemistry is chemistrying. But here's my thing about the show. So the plot of the show, this is like a little warning to people who might want to start watching it. So the plot, as we are promised, is like kind of like a fantasy style show. Okay? So they're like, oh, this guy like sees this, you know, dude, like this, you know, dude in ancient garb in his dreams. And like weird fantasy things are happening to him, and then he meets the guy in real life, and like they're in love, and blah blah blah. That was the synopsis, okay? But when I tell you it's a 12-episode show, and this week was episode 6, and episode 6 was the first time there was any sort of fantasy element to it. It's just been like your most standard, like, boss employee, like, didn't know he was dating his boss at his new company rom-com. Like, so I've been watching this for 6 episodes, going, so when are we getting this fantasy element? Huh? When is that happening? Is that actually happening? Like, are we still doing that? Is that still a thing?
Am I mistaken? It's like the reverse of what Pit Babe did to us.
Oh, the reverse. Hey, Pit Babe season 2.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was quite happy watching the little the Julie's Herb sponsor with seeing their faces popping.
They also announced this really cool, like, horror series with the two of them that I'm, like, really interested in. I don't know when it's coming out. Obviously, these things always come out in, like, 5 years. So, like, who knows when we'll see it, but
Kim Porsche is just waiting.
Don't Wuzhu Bakery. Don't even.
Any day now.
We'll get Wuzhu. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, let's get you back into the home. Like, sure thing. Yeah, Wuzhu Bakery this month. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Just me and Natalia and rocking shit.
Rocky's like, I think this month Wuzhu Bakery will finally be coming out. We're finally gonna see Wuzhu Bakery this month for sure. Like, listen, fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me for like 6 months consecutively. All right. Enough. Wuzhu Bakery. Ugh. The day that finally comes in, if that show's not good, I'm gonna lose my shit. Okay.
The table flips.
with how long we've been just friggin' gaslit by Wuzhu Bakery. But what I love is, like, they've managed to entirely write and film, like, trailers for, like, new horror shows and vampire shows, and Jeff filmed a whole ass movie before Wuzhu Bakery.
That was on Jeff's time.
Yeah. Like, anyway, but I'm really excited that this week Bible's new show comes out. For a minute.
Yes.
Never has a man been so poorly named.
Yes.
That's all I have to say. By what Bible
Based
does on
yeah.
screen.
Based on everything I've seen so far. And we've seen a lot.
He eat and be eaten at the all ass buffet in his of work. Love that for him. Love that for him, you know, and for us, really. You know, one of these days we're gonna get Frankie to watch Kin Porsche. We're doing it. We're doing it. She'll understand all of these things that we talk about one of these days. It'll happen.
Just like live stream Frankie.
We're gonna live just a watch along live stream where we can get her full reactions to Kin Porsche live on the air of her going, they can do this on television for free. Which was, I think, all of our reactions to several scenes in Kin Porsche.
Okay.
For real, yes.
Me and Natalia will just bring on.
Yeah, whatever you think you're gonna witness on Kin Porsche, you don't know, Frankie. You don't know. The show is deranged. It's definitely worth that R rating it's been given on our good friend Aichi. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Like, my dream is to be sponsored by Aichi. I love it so much.
Sometimes, like, if something bad happens, I'll just go, Elizabeth.
Yeah. Hey, Aichi, I love you. IG is also where you can watch my personal favorite BL of all time, Cutie Pie the series. I think you can also watch it on Viki now too, but like you can download it with the basic VIP, whereas you need Viki Plus. And here's my thing, okay? I've got this. If you listen to my podcast, my K-drama podcast, you'll know that I have a very public, long-standing beef with the streaming service Viki. That has been going on since the drama Mr. Heart came out, which was the most G-rated BL you've ever seen in your life. It's so sweet and cute. There's like, it doesn't have any sex in it. It barely has kissing in it. It's just the most innocent little thing. And when I tell you, when that was first put on Viki, it was rated R.
Because think of the children.
Yeah, think of the children. If they see two boys have a
lie in bed and be friends.
Frankie, sign in whenever you need to. Listen. So that's what started it. But then certain things that Viki has been doing continues my beef constantly. Okay? So, like, for example, there's this show on there right now. It's a Japanese show. Oh, no. Like, you'd see more in, like, any frame of an Only One of music video. Okay? Like, it's literally the most G-rated drama ever. But the other thing it does is there's this J-drama airing right now called, like, Business Marriage or something. Yeah, Business Marriage? I think that's what it's called. Where when you logged in on, like, the first day that it was there, it said, oh, like, it has 6 of 9 episodes available. And I was like, sick! Like, 6 episodes. That's probably, like, an afternoon off. And, like, you can watch 6... Listen, you can watch 6 episodes of a J-drama in an afternoon because they're, like, 20 minutes long. And so I was like, hell yeah. So I, like, sign in. There's one fucking episode, okay? But I had already pressed play. Like, I just trusted it, okay? Like a fool. Like a chump. I trusted it. And so it was playing, and I was like, oh, great, like, next episode. And it was like, next episode in 5 days. I'm like, bitch, you told me there were 6 episodes. What do you mean there's 1 episode? And the other thing that Viki does, okay, I briefly had a Viki Plus account. I just have, like, a Viki Standard account now, and I also have a Cocoa account. And the reason I got the Viki Plus account, even though I already had a Cocoa account, was because for some reason, I don't know if this is just like my iPad being kind of an older iPad or what. When I downloaded stuff on Cocoa, it like still required you to have internet access to access your downloads. And I was like, huh? That's stupid. And I was going on a road trip, and I would not have internet access because I was on a road trip with my mom and my sister in the States, and my phone is from Canada, and I didn't have data in the States. First thing. And so I just didn't have internet to access my downloads. So, like, okay, like, I'll get Viki Plus and download it on Viki. Why the hell does Viki only let you keep downloads for 48 hours?
Because it hates us.
That's just not useful. So anyway, my beef is just ongoing with Viki, which is why I like IG, because I've had downloads for like 8 months of the same download on IG, and it's like, that's fine. Like, you can keep the download on there forever. But I did recently discover, I don't know if this is like a universal thing or because I have like a Plex Lifetime account. You can, like, okay. For anyone who doesn't know what Plex is a streaming service, but it is also like a thing that sets up your computer as like a streaming server for personal videos. You know, like for your home movies to share with your friends. Follow my between the lines here. But I just recently found out that I can download stuff that my self-filmed home films, obviously. That I have on there that I can download with my tablet too to enjoy while traveling. And I'm going to be going to visit my family in New Jersey. That's where my family is from. They live near the beach in New Jersey, so it's a primo situation for vacation. Yeah, exactly. My home movies that I would like to share. Mine and my friends' home movies. Just my innocent home movies. self-made content. And we take the bus to, basically we take the bus down to New York and then get on another bus to New Jersey. But it's the overnight bus, but I can't sleep on buses. And so I just load up my tablet with like whatever. Yeah, exactly. That's a beautiful homemade home film. Don't worry about it. What are you, a narc? Get out of here. So anyway, that's what we're gonna be enjoying. Well, I will be enjoying. Matthew will be asleep because he can sleep on buses just fine.
I really wish I had that skill.
I can't. I just I can't. The last time we had such a good time on the bus. Like the bus driver last year when we went, because we used to take the train. Here, I'm gonna give you some like tea about train travel from Montreal down to the States. Okay, there used to be a train that went direct from Montreal to New York City, and we used to take it all the time. And then we would take the train from New York City to Philadelphia, and my mom would pick us up because Philadelphia was close to where we lived. It was like a 40-minute drive from Philly to where we live in New Jersey. I'm not telling you where we live in New Jersey. I'm not doxing my family, okay? All right. But everyone, like, listen, if you know the, geography of the U.S., you know that Philadelphia is close to South Jersey. It's fine. South Jersey's not doxing. But, out of focus again. Classic. There. But, so basically we had, like, big wildfires last year. And it turns out that the train had to stop running because the train tracks were so old and like poorly maintained that they were throwing up sparks, which was like a worry to cause more wildfires. And so the Canadian side and the American side of the train tracks were in like a dispute over whose responsibility it was to maintain the tracks. And, like, no one wanted to do it, so they just stopped running the train. So we take the bus now, but it's really nice. It's like an overnight bus, and it's like you don't stop. You just go directly from Montreal to New York City, and then you're at, the central station, and then you just switch to another bus that goes to New Jersey, and it's just lovely and much cheaper than the train. My only issue is they stopped putting, like, tray tables on the backs of bus seats.
Really?
Like, yeah, like, I swear, like, every little thing these days, this is just capitalism. Natalia goes into another anti-capitalist rant. They will take away any dignifying comfort that people enjoy, that consumers enjoy. Shocking. Natalia going on an anti-capitalist rant. Who'd have seen it? They will take away anything that would add any sort of comfort or dignity to any consumer to save 2 cents.
Yes.
Like, on a long bus ride, you want a fucking tray for your drinks, for your snacks, for holding your computer, for doing... And they just, like, took them away for no reason. Like, how much money are they possibly saving by just this one little thing? You know? Ugh.
Oh, you talking about the tracks, like, causing big problems because they were old, honestly. And there's like a line in London on the Underground that they basically, when they were building it, were like, this is going to be a you problem for the future.
Oh, classic. Just like poorly thought out infrastructure decisions.
Basically, it's this line, central line, and basically it's so hot and it's getting hotter and hotter down there.
Of course it is.
And they can't do anything about it because there's not enough clearance to fit AC units to the top of the trains to help ventilate the tunnels and stuff. Honestly, I need to send you a video on like how badly they screwed themselves over with this. But it's getting like to the point that people can't safely be down there nearly. Like, there's a joke about the central line being so hot because it's closer to hell. It is quite far down. Like, it's quite far down. You have to go down quite a few stairs to get to that one.
That is such bullshit. And it's like, it's this sort of stuff that they do all the time.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, at some point, people are just going to have enough. You know what I mean? And just, you know, it's like where I'm looking at, like, you know, like inflation and like house rates, like rental rates, right? Where it's like, if you keep just raising the rates of like rental housing so far above like people's like ability, like people, and never raising like income, like pay rates, like eventually no one's going to be able to afford anything, and then you've done played yourself. You know what I mean?
But they're not thinking about that.
No, they want immediate, like, just gratification. It's like these companies, like I look at like things like Netflix and stuff, where it's like they constantly have to be making more and more and more profit. You can't have unlimited profit growth. You should focus on like a solid amount of profit and customer satisfaction to keep that same amount of profit. Like,
we get very heated about.
Oh, we get so annoyed. Here. We get very annoyed about capitalism. Like, oh, it's just so stupid. Like, it just seems so reasonable, and then you're just like, why are like? And then these, you know, businessmen are supposedly like, oh, these super smart business. No, they're fucking idiots. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, it makes me upset. I just hate capitalism so much, you know?
Yes.
What a fun note to probably end on.
To finish on it.
Anyway, if you want to color this, the link is in the description of this live stream. A+. We will be back with another coloring stream. You know what? I'm going to be real. We're probably in September going to have My Sweet Mobster coloring stream. So
it was too good not to.
It was too lovely. And it ends in August, but I'm away for most of August, so like I'm being reasonable here. It's just so lovely that we'll probably be back. And probably on a Saturday. It's on a Sunday because of scheduling shenanigans this week. We normally do Saturdays for these. But anyway, we hope you had a good time hanging out with us. We'll be back. Anyway,
we'll be back with more opinions.
With more opinions about capitalism. Ooh. Good night, Katie. Enjoy showing Wandee Goodday to your bisexual friends.
Yes.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.